One fine day, a boy was walking in a lawn. He goes for a long walk. He saw a beautiful castle, which is a palace. He went inside and he observes a suitcase. And he saw the suitcase with a security system. He observes the security lock. There was some information written on the lock. He thought he has to use this information to open the lock. He understands that it was written in Romania and he translated to English. He'll get to know that use 446 to open the lock. Now he tries with 446 written in Roman, and the lock didn't open. He thought for a while, and now he tries with the new code. He tries with CDXLIVI, and this time the lock opened. He understands that 446 is written as 400, which is CD, 40, which is XL, VI, which is 6. 400 plus 40 plus 6, 446. Good morning, students. Today you will be learning a new topic called as Roman numerals. Roman numerals are a numerical system that originated in ancient Rome and remained the usual way of writing numbers throughout Europe well into the late Middle Ages. Numbers in this system are represented by the combination of letters from the Latin alphabet. At present, we use 7 symbols, each with a fixed integral value. The use of Roman numerals continued very long after the decline of the Roman Empire. From the 14th century on, Roman numerals began to be replaced in most contexts by the more convenient Arabic numerals. However, this process was gradual and the use of Roman numerals persist in some minor applications of today's life. You must have observed the Roman numerals in your day-to-day life. You must have seen a clock having the numbers written in Roman numeral. The numbers right from 1 to 12 are written in most of the wall clocks in Roman numeral. In Roman numeral, we use 7 basic symbols which are written here. Here are the symbols and their values in Indo-Arabic system. The symbol I represents 1, the symbol V represents 5, the symbol X represents 10, the symbol L represents 50, the symbol C represents 100, the symbol D represents 500, symbol M represents 100. I have just underlined these symbols so that you will be familiar that there will be 7 important symbols. With these 7 important symbols, we make different numbers. For making the numbers, we need to understand what is the rule for writing the Roman numeral. Today, in this session, you will be learning rules for using Roman numeral. There are basically 3 rules for writing a Roman numeral. Let me mention them. Rules for writing Roman numeral. Along with this video, you can make the notes. It's very important. The first rule is called as the rule of repetition. The second rule is called as the rule of addition. And the third rule is called as rule of subtraction. Let us learn these 3 rules one by one in detail. Rule number 1. Rule of addition. Rule of repetition. First point. When a symbol is repeated twice or thrice, its value is multiplied by 2 or 3 respectively. You can also note down when a symbol is repeated twice or thrice, its value is multiplied by 2 or 3 respectively. Let me explain using some example. Let me consider the Roman numeral along with the Hindu Arabic numeral. In the Roman numeral, if we have the symbol M, in Hindu Arabic numeral, it is 1000. When we have 2 times repetition of this letter M, it is 1000 multiplied by 2, nothing but 2000. When we have repetition of this letter M 3 times, this 1000 is multiplied by 3 and the number is 3000. This is how the rule of repetition is used when the symbol is repeated twice or thrice. Second point in rule of repetition. The second point says that symbol L, X, C and M can be repeated 3 times at the maximum. What does it mean? Suppose if I consider the same way. First let me take Indo-Arabic numeral and the respective Roman numeral. In Hindu-Arabic numeral 1 is written as Arabic numeral I, 2 is written as I repeated 2 times, 3 is written as I repeated 3 times, 4 can we write it as I. We should not write this way. It is a wrong way of writing 4. The correct way is IV. You will understand why we have to use IV instead of I repeated 4 times in further discussion. Rule 1, rule of repetition, third point. Symbols V, L and D are never repeated. That is, symbols for V is 5, L is 50 and D is 500 cannot be repeated. I'll make it more clear with this difference with the symbols. Let me mention Hindu-Arabic numeral. And respective Roman numeral. In Hindu-Arabic numeral, if there is a number 10, it should not be written as VV. This is a wrong way of writing 10. Instead, we use another symbol, X, for writing 10. In the same way, 100 is not written as LL. We use the letter C for writing 100. Same way, 1000 cannot be written using D 2 times. We use the letter M for representing 1000. Now the second rule, rule 2, is a rule of addition. What is this rule of addition? If a symbol of smaller value is written to the right of a symbol of a higher value, we add the smaller value to the greater value. Let me write that statement. If a symbol of smaller value is written to the right of a symbol of higher value, then we add the smaller value to the greater value. For example, if I have a symbol X along with that another symbol I, now the smaller value, let me highlight this. the smaller value I is written with another higher value towards its right, then we add that particular value to the higher value. So 1 is added to the 10 and it becomes 11. Same way, if you have LV, L is 50 plus V is 5. This is how we represent 55. The last rule is rule of subtraction. Rule 3, rule of subtraction. First point in this rule, if a symbol of smaller value is to the left of the symbol of a higher value, then we subtract the smaller value from the higher value. It is like the rule of addition, but this time the smaller symbol is towards left of the symbol of higher value. Let me mention that if a symbol of smaller value is to the left of a symbol of higher value, then we subtract the smaller value from the higher value. Let us take an example and see. If we have the symbol XC, we know that X is 10 and C is 100. Now the smaller value symbol is towards left of the symbol having higher value. Therefore, XC is the smaller value subtracted from the value of the higher symbol. It is nothing but 90. This is how we make use of the symbol if a smaller value is towards the left of higher value. Second point in rule number 3. The symbols V, L and D cannot be subtracted from any number. Let me explain this statement with an example. If you have a number 95, no doubt number 95 is 100 minus 5, but when we write like VC, this is a wrong way of writing. The same number 95, when it is written as 90 plus 5, 90 is XC and 5 is V. This is a correct method of writing 95. Here you observe 5 is not subtracted from 100. Instead, 5 is added to 90. So the symbol VLD can be used for addition, cannot be used for subtraction from any number. In rule 3, third important point, I, X and C are used to subtract. Look at some examples. Suppose if I have IV, the larger value is 5 and the smaller value is 1 and it is towards left side. So 5 minus 1 equal to 4. This is how 4 is written. If you have this symbol I along with the symbol X, 10 minus 1 equal to 9. This is how we represent 9 in Roman. If you have got a combination of X with the larger numbers, if XL is there, it is nothing but 50 minus 10, which is equal to 40. XC, 100 minus 10, which is equal to 90. CD, D value is 500 minus C value is 100. It becomes 400. CM, C value is 1000 minus C value is 100. This is how we represent 900 in Roman. With this knowledge of rules for using Roman numbers, we should read and write a larger Roman numerals. Let us see some example. First example, what is M C M X X I, one more X, X X X I equal to? To understand what is this number exactly, we need to make the separate places: thousands place, hundreds place, tens place, ones place. In thousands place we have M, in hundreds place we have CM, in tens place we have XXX, in ones place we have I. We know that M represents 1000, CM represents 1000 minus 100, XXX represents 10 plus 10 plus 10, and I represents 1. Now we need to add these places. Upon addition, what do we get? This is 1000 added to 900 added to 30 added to 1. So the total sum becomes 1931. So 1931 is same as MCM XXXI. And observe, all these letters which are written in the Roman numeral are capital letters. We don't use small letters for writing a Roman number. We always use capital letter. Let us understand with one more example. This time I'll consider write 3817 in Roman numeral. To express this 3817 in Roman numeral, we need to expand it and then make use of Roman numeral symbols. Now let us expand this 3817. This is nothing but 3000 added to 800 added to 10 plus 7, and we all know how to write 3000. 3000 is yum yum yum. 800 is DC repeated 3 times, DCC. 10 is X and 7 is VII. Now you have to combine all these symbols to get the Roman number. When you combine, it becomes yum 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 DCC C XVII. This number is the Roman numeral for expressing 3817. Here we have 3000. What if we have a larger number? If the number is very huge, we make use of this symbol bar. V bar represents 5000. With this knowledge now, I want you to think and write 1200, 1205, 1295, 2017, 2018, 2020 in Roman numeral. If you have understood this, you will be able to express in Roman numeral. With this, I'll conclude today's session. In tomorrow's session, we shall solve some more questions related to writing and expressing Roman numeral to Arabic, Indo-Arabic system, and Hindu-Arabic numeral to Roman numeral system. Thank you.